In bear markets, which cryptocurrencies should we pay attention to? What's a good strategy we can use to evaluate whether or not a project will survive a bear market, perform well in a bull market, and ultimately stand the test of time into the future? Hello, I'm Crypto Casey, and this is a follow-up video of my guide on how to become a millionaire in a bear market, which you can check out by clicking on the link above. In this video, we are going to explore the current state of the crypto markets and what is driving investing behaviors, then compare it to the future sustainable state the crypto markets will evolve and mature into, and what investing behaviors we can adopt during a bear market in anticipation of that paradigm shift. This video is brought to you by Ledger, a popular and trusted cryptocurrency hardware wallet provider. They just released their upgraded, most affordable wallet, the Ledger Nano S. So if you would like to check it out, please make sure to scroll down to the description area below to access the correct and official site, or feel free to use the QR code displayed on the screen. Awesome. So let's learn how to invest in a bear market. Regardless of whether or not you are a crypto investor, traditional investor, or just a simple human living in this complex world, one thing we all need to consider and understand is that in these modern times, everything is a business, and finance is everything. Entities, regardless of what they are or what they do, are organized and structured like businesses and operate like businesses. Governments are businesses, municipalities are businesses, schools, churches, sports leagues are businesses, nonprofits are businesses, social clubs are businesses, and businesses are businesses. Everything is a business, and that all entities require finances through selling goods, selling services, generating income, receiving grants, receiving offerings, accepting donations, tithing, fundraising, government subsidies, taxes. All entities require finances in order to function and operate successfully. Cool. So what does that have to do with crypto? Well, here's the grim reality of crypto investing behavior currently. People aren't assessing crypto projects as potential businesses. A lot of us are caught up in the story of a project, the narrative it follows, and most importantly, how they can trade it, which has been fine because we are still so early in the development and adoption phase that no real recognizable businesses have formed and are offering goods and services or generating revenue or growing and retaining a user base or doing anything that indicates from a traditional standpoint that is sustainable. Sure, there are businesses in the crypto space like Coinbase, Ledger, OpenSea, and BlockFi who are providing goods and services and generating income, showing great indicators of sustainability, but they are not cryptocurrencies, and we can't really invest in them or treat them the same way we can all these new different digital assets like cryptocurrencies and NFTs. So since its inception, cryptocurrency investing has been mainly predicated on speculation, and the primary way people have been making money in the space is by buying something and selling it to someone else at a higher price than they bought it. The reality is that is not sustainable and will not be how these digital assets and their ecosystems operate. Crypto is the future, but the future of crypto is not going to be about buying something just to sell it to someone else in the future at a higher price. Sure, people buy stocks like Tesla and Apple to sell to someone at a higher price to make profits, but at the end of the day, Tesla and Apple create and sell products and services. They own assets, they own intellectual property, they generate revenue, and we can see their quarterly financial reports throughout the year. So cryptocurrency projects will evolve into entities, possibly DAOs. Either way, entities that are businesses that need finances to function and revenue for sustainability. Back in the dot-com era, we didn't start realizing the amazing investment opportunities until actual ways to generate revenue with the new technology emerged, which gave way to the formation of businesses. Then the market went full-on supernova when lots of mergers and acquisitions of those businesses started taking place. This is our modern dot-com era opportunity. And I think one of the biggest bull runs in the crypto space has yet to come because the technology is still in the development phase and has yet to evolve into more structured and organized entities. Entities with clear proof and data that they are generating revenue, growing and retaining a user base, and are ultimately sustainable and valuable operations. At the end of the day, massive gains will likely be realized sometime within the next 5 years in the cryptocurrency market. Between now and then, we could experience a mild bull run or potentially an epic bull run that sends us into new all-time highs. Between now and then, we could also experience a bear market that is mild, or a bear market that is brutal, ugly, and causes large market caps to fall by over 50%, mid caps to fall by over 90%, and small caps could fall to 0. Either way, over the next few years, bear markets will occur, so let's talk about the opportunities they present and why we are at an advantage as investors in the space right now, and how we can take advantage of a bear market. Here's the deal. The people that buy at the lowest of lows or even the medium lows in a bear market, the people that dollar cost average throughout a bear market will experience life-changing gains. When bear markets get really bad, that's when you can make 10x, 50x, and 100x returns in a relatively short period of time. Let's check out the bottom of the COVID pandemic valley back in March of 2020 and see how a $1,000 one-time investment in each of these projects would have turned into at the cycle top a year and a half later in November of 2021, and how much they would be worth now. In March of 2020, the Bitcoin low hit around $3,800. So if you had invested $1,000 in Bitcoin at that price, right now in May of 2020, it would be worth $9,500, which is almost a 10x gain. At the market peak in November 2021, the $1,000 investment would have been worth $18,100, which is an 18 times gain. Nice. In March 2020, a $1,000 investment in Ethereum's $86 low would have been worth $31,300 today, a 31x gain. And at the November 2021 peak, it would have been worth $56,600, a 56x gain. Sweet. In March 2020, a $1,000 investment in BNB's $6 40-cent low would have been worth $57,800 today, a 57x gain. And at the November 2021 peak, it would have been worth $101,500, over a 100x gain. Incredible. And finally, in March 2020, a $1,000 investment in Solana's 50-cent low would have been worth $160,000 today, a 160x gain. And at the November 2021 peak, it would have been worth $518,000, a 518 times gain. Unbelievable. So you can see how when things get really bad, they can give us really amazing opportunities to invest in good projects while the rest of the market is fearful and selling everything. All right, so let's explore 4 strategies we can all use to try and take advantage of some potential high-yielding moves in a crypto bear market. Dollar cost averaging. Instead of trying to time the market perfectly to plant a $1,000 investment at the very bottom of the bear market valley, I recommend dollar cost averaging into projects by choosing a specific amount you'd like to invest at a certain frequency and stick to it. For example, if you decide you can afford to invest $100 every Monday into Bitcoin over the long term, then commit to it and stick with it. Diversifying. A diversified investment portfolio is great. However, in crypto, it's easy to over-diversify and miss out on substantial gains. So once you determine an amount of money you can afford to invest in crypto to hold for the long term, which means over a year, more likely several years, next you will need to settle on the total number of projects you are going to diversify into. If you're looking at a couple $100s per month, I would stick to maybe 1 or 2 projects. Between $500 and $1,000, maybe consider 3 to 5 projects. A few $1,000s, consider up to 10 projects, and so on and so forth. Stay within the top 50 cryptocurrencies by market cap. If we experience an extremely rough and absolutely terrible bear market, it will be best to stick to investing among the top 50 cryptocurrencies by market cap, or at least having 80% or more of your crypto portfolio in these projects. These present low risk and high reward opportunities when we transition from a bad bear cycle to a bull cycle. Since we are coming closer to cryptocurrency projects evolving away from pure speculation to value-creating business entities, we should be researching and focusing on crypto projects that are already headed in that direction. So besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, here are some of the top 50 by market cap projects I'm looking into that are shaping up nicely from a business perspective. Uniswap. Uniswap has an excellent use case as the largest decentralized exchange on Ethereum that rivals all other centralized exchanges. If you've ever used it, it feels like nothing short of magic. Really makes you excited to see what the technology is capable of and where it will take us in the future. Theta. Theta is a decentralized blockchain-based video streaming network, and its use case speaks for itself when you consider the absolute monopoly Google has with the YouTube platform, where creators like myself are at their mercy and can be censored or removed completely at any time. VeChain. As we've all probably noticed at some point throughout COVID and even now, supply chain management and business processes are key in maintaining efficient global markets. And VeChain is a decentralized blockchain platform designed to enhance and streamline those vital processes in the future. Thorchain. Thorchain is a decentralized liquidity solution that allows its users to seamlessly move cryptocurrencies across different platforms like Bitcoin to Ethereum or Polkadot or Solana and similar. Cross-chain transactions and the ability to swap assets between different ecosystems are extremely useful and will be important for the future of the cryptocurrency space. Nice. If you're more comfortable with risk and want to venture into smaller market caps during a bear winter, make sure you choose an amount you are completely comfortable with losing in the event the project doesn't survive. Gaming and Metaverse. Over the next several years, certain NFTs, blockchain-based gaming, and the Metaverse will likely consume the world. Gaming in the Metaverse will likely become a top 3 industry across the entire world. Even so, during a big bad bear market, most of these projects will be obliterated to extremely low price levels, and some will not be able to survive at all due to lack of funds to continue development. So if you've got the risk tolerance and can potentially afford to lose anything you decide to invest in the gaming and Metaverse space during a bear winter, besides for Engine, Sandbox, and Decentraland, some other projects I'm looking into include Illuvium, Ultra, Altura, and Vulcan Forged. Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you liked it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell notification to stay up to date on all of the latest videos. So do you feel more prepared to bear a bear market? What other questions do you have about bear market strategies? What is your bear market plan? Let me know in the comments below. Be safe out there.